Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Downtown Des Moines, Iowa sits the KC Center, the home of the IGHSAU State Basketball Championship presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. We roll on here in Class 4A. My name is Zarin Egestal as we get set for a rematch in Class 4A quarterfinals. It is the 6-seed Central DeWitt taking on the 3-seed Norwalk. Second member of our team, Laura Leonard. Should be a good one here today.
Yeah, it certainly is going to be a good one. I always feel like these matchups, these 4-5s and 3-6s, those are always good matchups, and I think we got one here today, both defensive-minded, but a couple of players that can certainly light up the scoreboard.
Let's take a look at how these two teams got here to the state tournament. As you see them warming up in the background, we'll start first with the 6-seed, the Sabres of Central DeWitt, 23-1. They were the champions in Region 6. They defeated Solon, who, of course, has been a powerhouse in girls basketball, to get to the state tournament. 63 points per game, averaging almost 18 assists per game. That's going to be a key for them here today. Kinley Britt, 7.5, almost 8 points per game. Also dishes the ball off really, really well. Leads Class 4A in assists per game. The other side, Norwalk, a team that's back at the state tournament again this year. They're the champions out of region number 3. Defeated Independence to get here. 64.5 points per game. They shoot really well from the free throw line. And man, oh man, are you going to find a better sophomore in the state of Iowa than Braylon Birmingham? 30 points per game. And yes, you heard me right. She's just a sophomore.
I know. And look at the fact that she goes to the boards as well. Almost 8 rebounds a game. So she's not just a shooter that's standing out there waiting for her teammates to pull down rebounds. She crashes the glass as well.
We're going to hear more from Laura in a moment when we come back in our channel Seeds for Success. But first, we're going to take a break. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Basketball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau from the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. We'll be right back.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
As title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we're proud to support this fantastic event. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools fuel strong futures. Partnering with the Girls Union allows us to celebrate Iowa's youth while supporting and empowering the Iowa girl.
Reaching the state tournament is no small feat, and it takes a strong support system. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we're able to honor students for their outstanding achievements in each of their sports and in the classroom. The Iowa Farm Bureau helps our organization provide awards, grants, and scholarships to honor excellence in athletics and academics.
Whether you're a student competing today or a fan cheering from home, we all play a role in making our state shine. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations on a fantastic season and good luck.
Back inside the KC Center here in Des Moines, getting set for Central DeWitt and Norwalk, and it's time now for our Channel Seeds for Success. Laura, what do these two teams need to do to win this basketball game?
Well, for Central DeWitt, what they need to do is they need to have good offensive execution. They've got to get the ball around, move it around, get the high percentage shots, and then do the little things. They got to get after the 50-50 balls, get the loose balls, hustle all the time. And then for Norwalk, good offensive spacing. They want to be able to get Braylon Birmingham the ball in places where she can score. And then you need to have that aggressive defense. You need to go out and get in the face of Central DeWitt, make it really tough for them to operate on the offensive end.
Absolutely. Those are our Seeds for Success. Today's Seeds for Success were brought to you by Channel Seeds, your local seed dealer. Visit channelseed.com. Again, that is channelseed.com. These two teams met last year, a really tight game that came down to the end. Last year, we said it from the beginning, the Class 4A field was wide open. It absolutely was that, with the 8 seed Xavier winning the state championship. And there's a lot of really good teams in Class 4A again this year. We're not really sure who's going to win the title again.
It's going to be a fun class. I think it's the most competitive that we have down here at the state tournament.
Well, let's meet these teams for today's matchup.
Because it's tournament time. Welcome to today's 2026 Girls State Basketball 4A quarterfinal matchup featuring the Central DeWitt Sabres and the Norwalk Warriors. Fans, tradition is an important part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's storied history. Because our past is an integral part of what we do today, we ask that everyone in attendance please join in a round of applause to show our appreciation to all the women who have participated in high school athletics in Iowa. Once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl. Now at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship shown by Central DeWitt High School and Norwalk High School. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Karina Romero from Murray High School, a member of the IGHSAU Student Athlete Advisory Committee, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Central DeWitt High School, Frank Benedam. And from Norwalk High School, Todd Overholzer. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by everyone here present today. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to just enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce our players and coaches in today's 4A quarterfinal matchup. Today's team intros are brought to you by Hy-Vee. First of all, here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the Central DeWitt Sabres. Number 1, Malie Nielsen. Number 3, Landre Ruggenberg. Number 5, Lena Perrone. Number 12, Bria Roos. Number 22, Zoe Fulsang. Number 25, Olivia Gregoire. 32, Jalen Sinclair. 33, Claire McGarry. And 42, McKenna Onimus. Your assistant coaches, Jim Hand, Mike Hofer, and Kayla Martins. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Norwalk Warriors. Number 5, Peyton Travis. Number 13, Olive DeRocher. Number 14, Claire Norum. Number 21, Madeline Trenkamp. Number 23, Kara Skandrit. Number 24, Kerrigan Van Zanti. 25, Grace Bordenero. And 30, Emma Banks. Your assistant coaches, Rob Wiedebrand, Tony Birmingham, Taylor Benshoff, and Bert Hansen. And now, here are your starters for today's 4A quarterfinal matchup. For Central DeWitt, at guard, a 5'8" senior, number 2, Kinley Burt. For Norwalk, at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 1, Pearl Brown. For the Sabres, at guard, a 5'9" senior, number 4, Ava Putman. For the Warriors, at guard, a 5'4" senior, number 2, Hannah Overholzer. For Central DeWitt, at guard, a 5'5" senior, number 11, Clara LeConte. For Norwalk, at guard, a 5'11" sophomore, number 10, Braylon Birmingham. For the Sabres, at guard, a 5'7" sophomore, number 14, Emma Putman. For the Warriors, at forward, a 5'9" senior, number 11, Ava Carlson. And for Central DeWitt, at center, a 6'2" sophomore, number 24, Audie Fulsang. For the Warriors, at guard, a 5'6" sophomore, number 12, McKenna Reeder. Head coach for the Sabres is Ron O'Brien. Head coach for the Warriors, Joseph Sigrist. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you our officials for this 4A quarterfinal as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Your referee, Brady Baker. Your umpire, Nathan Weedle. Umpire, Bruce Kaiser. And your bench official, Brady Forsyth. All right, who's ready for state tournament basketball?
Today's starting lineups are brought to you by Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. And before we begin today's game, we'd like to once again thank the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, for their support of the Iowa Girl. Well, here we go. A rematch of last year's quarterfinals, and it is won by Norwalk. Birmingham gets up and tips it to Reeder, and we are underway here in Des Moines. Both these teams looking to get off to a good start. You see what the Sabres are trying to do defensively, but Norwalk breaks through on a rush by Pearl Brown, and now we've got a foul called. And this one will stay here, foul first of the game against Central DeWitt.
think early on in ball games that we've seen over the course of the first couple of days is some nerves, some jitters. You miss some of those easy shots in the early minutes of a ball game.
Lots of bodies quickly rush to number 10 for Norwalk. And you see Norwalk, that's the one thing about this team is they've got so many other weapons that they can go to.
They do. They have good balance, and it's so, yes, everybody pays attention to Birmingham, but there are others that can score on this team.
Maryland has the basketball here, her first touch on the offensive side. Raider, they'll feed inside. Brown with it. Birmingham, will she get her first shot off? She won't this time. It'll be Reeder with it, down on the shot clock to 11 for Norwalk, trying to set up their offense. Good start defensively here for Central DeWitt. From the free throw line, Birmingham splashes that one home.
Well, Burt is going to get the assignment on Birmingham, and she is face guarding her, but Birmingham able to get loose that time off the bounce.
Burt brought the ball down the floor this time. Averages nearly 8 points per game for Central DeWitt. It will be a 3-ball, their first opportunity. That is no good by LeConte. The rebound goes to Norwalk with an early lead. About a minute and a half into this one here in the first quarter. Second game in Class 4A. There's a drive to the basket. 2-point shot, no good by Reeder. And the rebound comes to Central DeWitt going the other way. What will they do setting up on their second offensive possession? Bird had it for a moment. Putman drives inside and she will score 17 points per game. She gets her first one.
She got that up quickly and didn't even leap. I mean, she just put it up off from the hip, got it off the glass.
Well, both of these two teams lost pieces from last year's team. Both have college basketball players now as former members of the program. As Birmingham misses that one from the elbow, and Central DeWitt will come back the other way. The Sabres, they've done a good job of spreading it out. The scoring this year as that one's off the mark. Lauren Walker, of course, 26 points per game a year ago as Birmingham all the way inside. A blocking foul, and she'll go to the free throw line for the first time.
Getting out on the run, trying to push tempo, and defensively just could not get those feet set to take the charge.
Birmingham has been very good from the free throw line. That is where a bulk of some of her scoring has come from. And the first one is good. That is the 184th made free throw by her alone this season.
Well, and that tells you a little bit about her game. Not only can she score from the outside, but she's very good at getting inside and getting contact.
Norwalk with an early lead, 4-2. Feel like this one can be pretty competitive throughout, and we've seen that so far. We're looking for our first 3-ball. That one is up, and it is no good out of the arms of Emma Putman. Putman sisters on this team. Here's a 3 from the left corner. Overhauls her. Nylon on that one.
And you could see that the two defenders came right to Birmingham. She recognized it and kicked it out.
Good move inside, and a foul called. Getting to the rim there by Burt. Not something she has done a whole lot this year is getting to the rim and getting fouled, going to the free throw line. But she does here, trying to get some points for her team, and the first one is up, and it is good. That's just the 21st attempted free throw this season for Burt. She makes it. Second one is no good. Offensive board for Central DeWitt.
Yeah, second chance opportunity, and that's what you need to do against a team that is aggressive as Norwalk is defensively.
Too strong by Fulsang off the glass. And Birmingham racing the other way, and she'll put it off the glass and in. She wasted no time there getting that one up.
No, and she had the eyes up, and the defense didn't get back to stop her. You got to stop ball. That's the first order of business. Somebody's got to come up and slow her down.
Looking off the glass, not going to take the shot this time. It's taken away by Pearl Brown. Pearl Brown racing the other way. She'll throw one up too strong, and we'll have a foul on the rebound against Norwalk. Good run out again. We see Norwalk, what they want to do with the basketball. They want to push it up the floor. That's what they've done to start this game.
As soon as they get the rebound or the steal, they are pushing tempo. They get the players out, fill in the lanes, get the ball to the middle, and then you have options.
Central DeWitt in a small hole here to start the game. Looking inside once again, and we're going to have a foul call. That we've got free throws coming, as that one, I think, some elbow action on that shot, which made that shot go a little bit wide of the hoop.
And I think Birmingham maybe got a little bit of the elbow as well, right in the gut. You can see that she's holding her stomach, doubled over a little bit, but you're down there in the post and you're playing against the bigs, you're bound to get a little contact.
You know it's coming at some point.
Right. You just have to brace yourself.
First free throw does fall in for Ani Fulsang, averaging nearly 7 points per game this year. Shoots about 50% from the free throw line. Also just a sophomore on this Central DeWitt team, and she'll make both free throws here. We'll have an IMT substitution. Be worry-free with IMT and IMT INS. All of our substitutions brought to you by IMT. Jalen Sinclair into the ball game for the first time. Played in her 25th game of the year. Comes off the bench for Central DeWitt. And that one through the hands of Birmingham. I'm not sure she was fully ready. Maybe some miscommunication there.
I think miscommunication, just trying to get the play set up and got it hung up down there in the corner. And you're right, I don't think Birmingham was ready for that return.
Now if you're Central DeWitt, you fall into a little bit of a hole. You get a stop after a bucket and a chance to cut further into this deficit. But Norwalk says no as Pearl Brown has it, and it's a run out. 4-on-2 for Norwalk. Good defense by Central DeWitt. They were 2-on-4, and they get the stop.
Right, that's what hustle does for you. You don't give up on a play ever, and you just get in and fill in the gaps.
And now it is turned over by Sinclair into the hands of Birmingham. A three-pointer from the left side. That one's too strong, no good. And the rebound is picked up by Central DeWitt. They'll get it off to Burt. The senior point guard runs the offense for this Sabre team. And again, from experience-wise, both these two teams in this exact same spot a year ago. You have no advantage or disadvantage for either team experience-wise. Maybe a nod to Norwalk because they did get to the semifinals a year ago, but pretty close in that experience.
Absolutely. And I think if you've been down here before, recently, as you said, both of these teams have, it does help you out a little bit as far as nerves go and just the familiarity of being in this arena and the floor and the lighting and everything.
Everything is different as Putman misses on that three. It'll be Norwalk getting the basketball back with a 9-5 lead over Central DeWitt as we get to the closing stages of this opening quarter of this Class 4A quarterfinal matchup. Overhalser goes to Birmingham. Central DeWitt has been so tough on defense. Free throws and runouts for Norwalk has gotten them a bulk of the 9 points so far. Down to a short shot clock again. Overhalser goes in, puts it off the glass. Time winding down. She did not feel the pressure there.
Didn't feel the pressure, and the defense was out, focused on Birmingham. That opened up a driving lane.
Now a three the other way is no good. Sinclair going for a rebound. It'll be a jump ball. Stays with the Sabres. Sometimes early in a game, it feels like, it's just a jump ball, but sometimes those are some of the biggest plays of the game.
It does. It keeps you possession, and it gives you an opportunity to put the ball in play again, maybe try to score. So it saved an extra possession and a new opportunity to set up that offense.
What will Central DeWitt do with the new life here in a second opportunity? They're going to restart their offense from the top of the key. Looking to get it inside, it appears, and a foul looks like coming against Norwalk as Ruggenberg a little shaken up after that one as well. Took the contact. She's going to go to the free throw line, but you can tell, obviously, in a little bit of a pain after taking a hard hit.
Yeah, tried to split two defenders, and there was a lot of contact in there. Just trying to step through, got tripped up, went to the floor hard.
Official did ask her if she is okay prior to giving her the basketball for the free throw. The first one is no good. Central DeWitt trying to find some points to cut into this Norwalk lead. And both free throws are no good. Norwalk with a good box out and rebound by Ava Carlson.
You know, just as you said, the jump balls are important. Those free throws are important too this early in the ball game.
They absolutely are. Birmingham inside. She'll throw it back outside to Overhalser. Gets it back to Birmingham. Looks like she wants to drive. Goes inside out with a pass. Now a three by Brown is going to roll in there. Hit short, but gets the backspin roll on the end.
That good soft touch out of her hand. Got a couple of bounces on the rim to fall through.
So 14-5 lead now for Norwalk, and Central DeWitt looking to stop the run, looking for some points. That's going to be a 2 if it's good. It is just a 2-pointer. Has the foot on the line, but points are points. Trying to cut into this lead.
Yeah, you need some points at this moment, and this Norwalk defense really speeding up the Central DeWitt offense.
Central DeWitt finds a stop, looking for 2 more, and they're going to get it.
A nice little bump right here at the end of the first quarter. Get you back in this ball game.
Sinclair finds the 2 on the inside. 4 straight points now for the Sabres as they get a couple of stops. 5-second differential between our game clock and our shot clock. Birmingham will have it. Overhauls her on a quick catch. Now she'll try the shoot. It is no good. Out of bounds, and it's going to go to Central DeWitt. So Central DeWitt gets back-to-back buckets. They get a stop, and now they get the basketball back, and they're right here.
So making a little run here to close the gap, and I'm just watching and looking at all these players. They're all breathing very hard. This has been a non-stop first quarter, back and forth, and a lot of running, and I think it's taking its toll on these players here in quarter number 1.
Haven't had the timeouts, and not a whole lot of fouls in this one, and just as I say that, we get one on a drive inside with 6.3 remaining in the quarter.
And that might
It
put
is
them on the
fifth.
line, doesn't
Yep,
it?
Yep.
Yeah.
5th foul against Norwalk. And that will send Central DeWitt to the free throw line. They'll have to wait. As that's the quick pause as Reeder was trying to check in, but with the 2 free throws, she has to wait until after the first free throw before she can check in, so send her back to the scorer's table. Now she can on the first shot by Zoe Fulsang. That is no good. Fulsang will get one more opportunity from the free throw line here for Central DeWitt. Both of them don't go. 5 seconds. Can Norwalk get a shot up? Now 3. They're still a long ways away from the basket. Birmingham will not. Heaved it at half court, but the officials quickly come in and say that was after the buzzer. A fast and furious first quarter, 14-9. Norwalk with the lead over Central DeWitt. We'll come back and talk about the second quarter next. This is the IGHSAU Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Back inside the Casey Center here in downtown Des Moines. There's a look at the Central DeWitt Sabres trying to solve this Norwalk team. And we were looking at some free throws there at halftime. Free throw differential pretty big here in that first quarter.
Well, yeah. Central DeWitt has had the opportunity 4 times, missed all 4 free throws, and so you figure if you convert on that, this is a 1-point ball game right now, and so those free throws are very important. Norwalk's been to the line 2 times, and they are 2 of 2. I'm sorry, I looked at that wrong. 3 of 8.
And but on your point, 0 for 4 from beyond the arc for Central DeWitt. Still a big number there. 2 for 3 from beyond the arc for Norwalk. 12 seconds in the shot clock here. Another chance at a 3. That time it is off the mark, but an offensive rebound. Can they get a second chance opportunity? They're going to get an opportunity. Did not hit the rim. They got to get a shot up, and it'll be a shot clock violation. So they got the shot up, they got the offensive rebound, but there was no rim touch. They got to still get a ball up.
Yeah, and you got to get that out quickly, get set up, take a peek at that clock, and know how much time you have left.
It'll be Central DeWitt now. They get a stop. Looking to cut. No, they're trapped at the scorer's table. They say it goes off of Central DeWitt. Great defense by Norwalk. It originally went off the Norwalk hands, but when it came back down, it went right off the hands of Burt out of bounds. It's Norwalk basketball.
Well, they slap on that half-court trap, surprised them a little bit right as soon as they got across that half-court line.
Good feed inside. That was a tight window to put that in. Shot is blocked, and now there's a fight for the basketball via jump ball. Will go to Central DeWitt, and this Norwalk team really feeding inside and trying to thread the needle. 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here. 14-9. Norwalk leads over Central DeWitt. We've seen a competitive back-and-forth ball game at times. Norwalk has kind of got out, but Central DeWitt not letting them get too far. They're playing right there with them.
And they are, and they're making some things happen defensively and slowing the scoring down for Norwalk. And you have to be able to convert on some of those turnovers that you create.
Earlier in Class 4A, it was Dallas Center Grimes, of course, a conference opponent and a rival of this Norwalk team. They are on into the semifinals, and they will await the winner of this Norwalk Central DeWitt team. And no matter which team comes out, going to be a good game there with DCG. They look good to start this 4A tournament.
They looked really good, and they came out, didn't look nervous at all, scored a ton of points, got a huge lead in that first quarter and never looked back.
DCG and Norwalk split this season. Central DeWitt did not play. DCG don't have a comparison there. Drive inside, now a kick out to Fulsang. They'll give it back. They've been trying to get it inside to Fulsang quite a bit. Haven't had too much of a look inside today from her. Now she's going to try a long 2 in and out. No good. Good look there from Fulsang. Just rolled out.
And good execution offensively. They were able to work the ball around and get the shot that they wanted.
And another turnover forced here by Central DeWitt. They have forced Norwalk into a couple of them here to start this second quarter.
Yeah, Fulsang did a good job of just holding her ground right there in the paint.
Central DeWitt and Norwalk have been stuck at this 14-9 score for a little while. Somebody trying to break through, and now a travel call the other way on Fulsang, and so Norwalk will get it right back.
Just put the ball on the ground, was wanting to make a move, lost control of it, and then couldn't retain it without shuffling the feet.
Birmingham will bring it across the line. The offense will start with her this time. Trying to create for herself at the free throw line. Good jumper did not go. Another offensive rebound for Norwalk. Can they get a second chance opportunity? They get it out to Birmingham. Overhauls her. She lost it. And now a chance at a run out. Odd numbers for Central DeWitt. And it's out of bounds off of Norwalk. It will stay with Central DeWitt. Odd numbers, kind of tough there. But you keep the basketball, now you get a baseline out of bounds.
Yeah, and again, talking about a tight window to thread the needle with that pass. It was on point, but just too many hands in the way.
Lutman gets the inbound pass from the top of the key. There's a absolute fight going on inside between Norwalk and Central DeWitt. Both teams looking for some space. Have not found a whole lot inside. The inside presence has come from offensive rebounds. There's one up and out again for Central DeWitt. Back-to-back shots of theirs. The lead pass is too strong for Norwalk. They're taking the chances, trying to get that up ahead, but just a bit strong on the pass.
just a little bit too much of a lead on that. And the right idea, because they did have the numbers, but you got to put a little air underneath that pass, a little touch, a little finesse when you're going to lead your teammate like that.
Burt will bring it across the line for Central DeWitt. Will set up their offense as they get into it. See if they try to go back inside again. Inside out. Good pass inside. We're going to the free throw line. Great back cut by LeConte, and she gets fouled. We'll get 2 opportunities.
And that's what you have to do against an aggressive defense. Look for some backdoor cuts and see if you can beat the defense that way.
So Clara LeConte will go to the free throw line. Her first one is no good off the back heel. And she was a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line before that first one, her first miss of the season. We'll get another opportunity here again. Hasn't been there too many times this year, but has been very successful as she's now 6 of 7 this season. We finally get off the 14-9 score. Central DeWitt to within 4. Birmingham will go to the free throw line. She goes inside. And again, that's what she does best, getting back to the free throw line.
Just taking the ball one-on-one, going up against defense, reverse pivot, but turns into some defense, but able to split both of those defenders and get to the free throw line.
Her sister Bailey was on this team a year ago, now at Northwest Missouri State. She's one of those key pieces that Norwalk lost from last year's team. Bailey Birmingham scored over nearly 400 points a year ago, had over 1,600 for her career. Avery Thomas, another key piece. Grace Linder was a role player from last year's team. All gone to graduation. They got to replace those pieces.
Looks like they've done a really nice job of replacing them.
They sure have. Here's Overhalser, and she is blocked, and it stays in bounds. A lot of times those blocks will go out. This one stays in bounds, so Central DeWitt gets the stop and the basketball back with Burt.
That's just an athletic play right there as she goes up and blocks that and then maintains the possession.
Missed 3. Offensive rebound, second chance opportunity. Another 3 ball by LeConte. This one no good. Fight for the rebound will be a jump ball that will go to Norwalk. So again, we're seeing offensive rebounds. Let's watch this one on replay here, but just can't get those second chance points to go. The run out to Overhalser, and look at that play. You know, a lot of times I see players, they go for the block and then they're celebrating the block, right? And then they're not really worried about the basketball and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to be able to block a shot and keep it in play.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. You're watching the IGHSAU Digital Network.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here inside the Casey's Center in Des Moines, a lead of 16-10 for Norwalk. And they'll have the basketball, trying to extend that lead.
Well, slow scoring second quarter here for both teams. Before that one, Norwalk now with 5 points, and 1 for Central DeWitt.
No, absolutely. Hannah Overhalser knocks down the triple. Something we haven't seen from either team too much tonight. Now Sinclair gets a good pass. She had to fight off the defender and then put it off the glass.
Yeah, you just have to fight for everything when you get it down low in the paint and really step to the basketball. You can't lay back because that defense will step in and steal it.
Birmingham has it knocked out of her hands. It goes off the bottom of the hoop, which is in bounds, stays in bounds. And now a chance for back-to-back buckets for Central DeWitt, and they knock down the three with Zoe Fulsang.
Well, after that timeout, I don't know what both coaches said, but I think they said start shooting it more and start scoring because both of these teams heating up.
Back-to-back buckets for Central DeWitt, a 2 and a 3. Fulsang, a 26% three-point shooter, got an open look there and knocked it down. Now an answer by Norwalk is left short. Offensive rebound left short, and she is knocked to the floor. And Pearl Brown will go to the free throw line. That's one of those that you never give up. You keep fighting, and she grabs 2 offensive rebounds, goes to the free throw line.
You stay in position, you keep battling and trying to get that ball back up on the rim, and then usually it comes down to that third time that the defense gets frustrated, and then they tip those arms, they make some contact, and put you to the free throw line.
Oh, third time is the charm there for Pearl Brown. First free throw goes. She'll have one more opportunity from the free throw line for Norwalk, and she knocks them both down. Now 26 made free throws this year for the senior Pearl Brown. Puts the lead back at 6. How will Central DeWitt answer now? They're going to go with their star Burt, but it rolls out. Fight for the rebound is a foul against Central DeWitt. Sinclair fighting for the rebound there. Thought maybe she had tied it up, but I think just got a piece of the arm there on the end.
Yeah, I think so too. And those are always tough calls for the officials when 2 players going after a loose ball.
Birmingham will bring the ball across the line. Brown has it. Birmingham trying for a 3. That's no good. The rebound. And coming the other way is Central DeWitt with it. Good pass inside. Bounces off and out of bounds, and we'll go back to Norwalk again, trying to thread the needle, but that one just a hard pass inside, just bounces out of bounds.
Yeah, you just have to read the defense, and if it's not there, then pull it back out and get set up.
2:13 until halftime. 21 to 15, the lead. Overhauls are trying to extend it. No good. Another offensive rebound. And a third opportunity now again for Norwalk. What will they do this time? On the third opportunity, Pearl Brown will try for a 3. Can't get it to go. And a fourth opportunity, but a travel against Norwalk. They get 4 opportunities, but turn the basketball over.
Bordenero did the right thing both times. She got that offensive rebound. Get it back out, up top, reset.
Graves Bordenero averages 3.5 points per game, has been a good role player this year. Has started 3 games for Norwalk, but has been a really good role player off the bench. Has played in most of them. Central DeWitt has been fighting from behind in most of this one, but they have been right there with the 3 seed. Oh, they're going to wave it off. I think she traveled, yep.
What a move, though. Just drug that pivot foot just enough. That was such a great ball fake. The defense was leaning and looking one way, and she went the other. Too bad she drug that pivot foot.
Yep, exactly that. And it was a very athletic move. Just our officials right on top of it. Great group of officials we have here in Des Moines, have been pretty solid in every single game over the last day and a half so far. Down to a minute to play. That one's out of bounds. The bench will stay here with the Warriors of Norwalk, the co-champions of the Little Hawkeye this year, with their friends from Dallas Center Grimes. Birmingham's got it 9 on the shot clock. She'll try a step back 2, and that one's good from the third block.
She just knows when to pull up and shoot that mid-range jumper or take it all the way in.
Could have a potential 2-for-1 here for Central DeWitt. They pull the trigger on the 3. It's no good. And then a foul is going to be whistled. That'll be the 4th team foul against Central DeWitt. Against the Sabres here in this quarter.
You have to figure that Norwalk is probably going to hold. They're going to get across that half-court line and milk that clock down, get that last shot.
5-second differential and some change in the game clock and the shot clock. Birmingham has it now, but As Laura said, they're going to take this down as far as they can. No, it's taken away, and Central DeWitt's got to run out the other way. They've got numbers. They're 3-on-2. Others will catch up now. We're 5-on-5 with 16 seconds, and now Central DeWitt, you don't have the fast break anymore, so now you maybe wait and take that last shot of the half. With 8, it's Burt. Looks like it's going to be her. No, she's going to kick out to Sinclair. Sinclair loses the handle on it, and no shot for Central DeWitt. As the last second heave, I'm not sure would have gone if it was good. Central DeWitt, just maybe too many passes there at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, just I think you got to make a commitment, go to the rim strong, and try to finish it off instead of being unselfish.
And that will take us to halftime as you see the Sabres heading off into their locker room. Norwalk leading 23-15 after one half of basketball. We'll come back and we'll get some thoughts from Laura. We'll check out some stats when we come back. You're watching the Iowa Girls High School State Basketball Championships, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the digital network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Oh, it looks like you spilled some grease.
Grills are multiplying and you need flavor that's bold.
There's nothing left for you to do
but to go to Fairway, your dream for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Whoa. Oh, you better stake up. Fairway and meat go hand in hand.
This dream is meant for you and me.
Poultry, pork, and beef, your home for Midwest meat. It's the one you need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed.
Fairway, it's the one you need.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/wecare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Excuse me, man. You dropped this.
Health powers life, from the delightfully routine to the truly uncharted. Sometimes life takes an unexpected turn, like receiving a cancer diagnosis. At Mercy One, you have access to a team of cancer experts with advanced technologies and holistic therapies for the cancer care you need close to home. Our team will guide you every step of the way, ensuring you're ready no matter what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
It takes a village to care for a patient. From all of the various people, if you come see us, that you'll meet. Every one of those people, we try to get people that are committed to making that the best experience that they can do.
I think the breadth of coverage that we're able to provide, I think is unique. All of these different facets that all intertwine are what allow us to take care of the community the way that I feel they should.
At DMOS, we're here when you need us.
Welcome back inside the Casey's Center in downtown Des Moines. We're at halftime of our Class 4A quarterfinal matchup. The 3-6 matchup as Norwalk, the 3 seed, leading over the 6 seed Central DeWitt 23-15 here at halftime. As you see the halftime festivities, we have the Pella Dance team followed by the Southeast Folk Dance team out there right now. And let's take a look at our Sioux Cup stats here in the first half. We've been kind of looking at these. What are some big things that are jumping off the page here to you, Laura?
Well, I think the three-point shooting, you can see that Central DeWitt really not connecting on anything. Only one, and they need to get some more looks from the perimeter. If they do and they can start knocking some shots down from the outside, they can get them a few more shots down low and inside, get that dribble drive going. And then for Norwalk, they've got a good balance. They're knocking down some three-point shots. And I think the one thing that is not up there, free throws, is something we talked about in the first quarter. At Central DeWitt is not making the most of their opportunities from the free throw line. 4 of 10, where Norwalk is 6 of 6.
Yeah, that's a big number there, 100% to 40% essentially. The other thing that kind of stands out to me when you're looking at these stats is the 2 leading scorers for both teams held under their averages. Defense have been played good. Ava Putman averages 17 points per game. She has 2 at halftime. Braylon Birmingham averages 30 points per game. She has 10 here at halftime.
Yeah, and you have to look at those players as far as Ava Putman. She's not getting a whole lot of touches either, and when she does touch the basketball, defense is right on her. If she gets by that first wave, there's some help for Norwalk on the backside to slow her down, and they're also, Central DeWitt, making it tough for Birmingham to get the ball in her hands. A lot of times when she's had the ball in her hands, it's been when they've been able to get out on a break, and the defense has not been able to get back and get set.
No doubt about that. Those are our stats brought to you by Sioux Cup here in the first half. And, before we started the game, we talked about our channel seeds for success, Laura. Let's take a look at these seeds for success that you had in the first half and how the teams are doing, kind of what you had talked about, thinking they needed to do to win this game.
Yeah, for Norwalk, good offensive spacing, and I think they've been able to do that. When they've gotten that half-court set, they are certainly spreading the floor, moving the ball around, trying to put it on the floor and get inside. So they are getting good offensive spacing, and the defense is very aggressive. They are doing a good job with that part of the keys to the game. And then for Central DeWitt, offensive execution, need to shore some things up on that end of it. They need to get a little bit better efficiency on the offensive end, and then doing the little things, getting the 50-50 balls. Haven't been a ton of them, but they are making some good hustle plays.
We've seen a ton of offensive rebounds for both teams in this game as well. When you look at the side of Norwalk, 8 offensive rebounds, but we haven't seen a whole lot of points come off of those offensive rebounds. What do these teams need to do once they get those rebounds to try to get that into the cup?
I think first, initially, you have to look, do I have a clear-cut opportunity to go right back up with that offensive rebound? And if not, get it back out and reset. You're going to have time. That shot clock resets. You'll have the opportunity to reset, get the play called, and get everything in motion.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to get you set for the second half. Who's going to the semifinals for a second straight year? Will it be the Norwalk Warriors, or will Central DeWitt break through, take down the 3 seed, and find their way into the state semifinals? Only time will tell. We'll come back. This is the IGHSAU State Basketball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Yeah, it's a trip when you hit the road. And when you know when you've arrived. It's a trip when you get everything you want. The burger and the fries, the creek and the crick, the city and the countryside. It's a trip when you're where you're meant to be. In this moment, in this bathroom mirror, looking like $1 million. And yeah, it's a trip when it goes by fast. Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
As we take a quick break from tournament coverage, all of us at the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union want to extend our sincere appreciation to our title sponsor, the Iowa Farm Bureau, for their continued support of this championship event. I'm joined once again by Brent Johnson, president of the Iowa Farm Bureau, who's here to share more about the special souvenirs our participating student athletes will be taking home this week.
You know, that's right, Aaron. Our incredible student athletes won't be leaving empty-handed. Every athlete competing today will take home a custom souvenir bag tag to commemorate their hard work and dedication. And for our championship teams, we're thrilled to present pink championship ball caps, a bold symbol of everything that they've earned. Athletes will also receive a signature ball, perfect for collecting autographs from coaches and teammates and creating a keepsake that they'll treasure for years. Each of these items is more than just swag. They're reminders of what's possible when you work hard and follow your dreams.
Brent, thank you to the Iowa Farm Bureau for helping make this championship experience so special for our athletes. Now let's get back to the action.
Back to downtown Des Moines, getting set for the second half of this Class 4A quarterfinal. We'll take a look at these two teams and their recent postseason state tournament. This is the 7th all-time trip for Central DeWitt. They haven't been to the state semifinals since 2011 when they beat MOC Floyd Valley 47-37 in the semifinal round. And of course, for Norwalk, we talked about them. They were in the semifinals a year ago after a long drought of being here at the state tournaments. Won a state title back in 2006. The Central DeWitt team also won a state title in girls basketball back in 1994. One of the first 5-on-5.
Yeah, I was just trying to calculate that in my head. I couldn't remember when it switched over.
One of the first.
Early on.
Yeah.
Early on.
One of the first 5-on-5 state champions, this Central DeWitt team, 23-15. We are underway here in the second half. We'll switch sides, and Central DeWitt will need to overcome an 8-point deficit here in the second half, but a lot of time to do so. They're going to try to get it going right away. Shot off the glass is no good by Putman, but the putback is good.
A good job of attacking right away. They get the ball first to start the second half and go into attack mode, spread the floor, and allow the dribble drive, and then get the putback.
Inside to Birmingham now, back out for a three. It is no good, a bit strong, and Folsang grabs the rebound. Can they keep it alive? Foul call. Good start here for Folsang. She grabbed an offensive board, put the ball back in. Now she grabs the defensive board and gets her team the basketball back.
A little extra spark for Folsang, providing some good movement on the inside, going to the offensive glass and going to the defensive glass, and then Pearl Brown was not going to give up on it. She wanted to try to get that steal, but picks up the foul.
Two sets of sisters on this team for Central DeWitt, and both of the sets of sisters, as you see a pass inside, we were talking about Audie Folsang. She is one of the sets. Both sets of sisters are a senior-sophomore combination. Kind of cool with the Putman sisters and the Folsang sisters. Basketball will go back to Norwalk, but there's nothing like playing in the state tournament with your sister.
That's what it's all about. That's what I think athletics are all about, and being able to play with your siblings, and especially when you can get to the state tournament.
They're going to say that one went off the knee of Norwalk out of bounds, so to go right back to Central DeWitt. 23-17. Fouls have been pretty even between these two teams, between the first quarter and the second quarter. Nobody's in a lot of foul troubles, which is good because that means we just got to see good athletes playing good basketball. There's a drive inside. That one's going to be blocked by Emma Putman. Haven't seen much out of the sophomore in this one, but trying to get herself going there. The 5'7" sophomore Emma Putman gets to the rim, has it out of bounds, back to Central DeWitt. Burt inside the lane. Goes back outside to Emma Putman again. Burt with 5. She's got to get a shot up. Burt, and she traveled.
Just that little skip glide that cost her the bucket. Looked like she was going to be able to turn the corner, but took that little extra slide step.
Yeah, great drive there by Putman. And a young athlete sometimes not paying attention to the shot clock. She was there. She knew right where she was at. And it is good. A chance at a 4-point play for Norwalk. Got to give the shooter a chance to come down. Central DeWitt did not there, and Pearl Brown with a chance at a 4-point play.
Fulsang coming out, arms extended, just a little too aggressive. You're right, not giving her room to come down.
And she completes it. The 4-point play for Pearl Brown, and that's a big one for Norwalk.
That's a big bucket and might be a turning point in this ball game.
All the momentum now in the favor of the Warriors as they get a quick turnover as well. They'll bring it across the line. They've got numbers across the line. Brown thought about another 3, didn't pull the trigger. Birmingham, what will she do with it? She'll kick it back out. Quick trigger by Oberhalzer, does not go, but another offensive rebound for Norwalk.
Pearl Brown has been very active here in this third quarter.
Birmingham will drive this time to the rim, and she'll go to the free throw line once again. You can kind of see it in her eyes. She was, that's what sometimes when you get those athletes that like to drive to the rim, sometimes you can see it in their eyes like, all right, I'm taking this one all the way.
Absolutely. It's a different look, and you can see it, and you either stand in the way and try to slow her down, or you just let her have that driving lane and give a little swipe at the ball, see if you can strip her as she goes by you.
And sometimes your only hope is taking a charge if you can get there in time.
Right.
Both free throws are made once again for Birmingham. She's now up to 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and only has been called for 1 foul, so she is good to go here in the second half. 20 on the shot clock for Central DeWitt, trying to desperately needing a basket to slow down the run of Norwalk. It won't happen here. Norwalk trying to continue their tear here in the second half. Have scored 6 straight. Won't score this time. Good defense by Central DeWitt as they'll take that one away with Claire LeConte.
Yeah, they trapped Reeder down on the baseline. Nowhere to go for her.
And the floating 2 goes. Abel Putman. Good to see her get going, the senior of the Putmans. She scored 1,000 points this year. Will play at Truman State next year. A good Division II team. That one's left short, no good. And they throw it away, not something that Coach Ron O'Brien was hoping for, down by 10 in the state quarterfinals.
I think Putman wanted to kind of get the game going, push that tempo a little bit, and didn't really look before she let go of that pass, and they're going to get a timeout here to talk about it.
It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them, 29-19 when we come back here to the Casey Center in downtown Des Moines. And this is the Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to Des Moines, you see the Central DeWitt pep band. It's fun to see, when a team makes a state tournament, it's fun to see everybody get involved. The cheerleaders come down, the pep band come down, all the kids are enjoying themselves. It's fun to see everybody get involved.
It is, and that's what the state tournament's all about. I mean, great great attendance today by both teams here, and even the earlier teams. I think they've had great following for all the games, and you're right, it's great to have the band, the dance teams that come in at halftime. Fun to watch them.
The first couple of games had a mariachi band, which was excellent. Down here as well, playing at halftime. Birmingham's going to be fouled as her and Burt were trying to go head-to-head there. And Burt will get called for the foul.
Yeah, that was one of those where I think the challenge was set coming out of the timeout. We're going to go one-on-one and see who wins that battle.
Second foul on Burt. Now Central DeWitt will get a steal, go the other way. The shot is up, and it is no good. A bit strong off the glass there from Zoe Folsay. Birmingham's got it at the free throw line. We'll bounce it back out behind the top of the key. Overhalser, second year on this Norwalk team. That one is up, and it is no good. A foul called. And they're going to call a foul on Norwalk. We're going to go the other way as McKenna Reeder came in, and she's going to get tabbed for the foul. That'll be the fourth. Something to keep in mind. No, pardon me, just the second. Second foul against Norwalk. Central DeWitt has 3 so far here in this third quarter, so nobody at the bonus yet. Burt will drive in quickly. A couple of bodies get on her. Sinclair got loose and put that one up, and she's going to be fouled. She did right what she probably needed to do there. 2 defenders close on Burt. Sinclair gets open.
And you go to the open spot. You go where that defender has vacated, step right into it, and her teammate found her.
And the first free throw is no good. Something, Laura, you have been watching this entire game. The free throw shooting has just not been there today for Central DeWitt, a team that averages nearly 60% this season, is just now 5 of 12 on the game.
Yeah, those will come back to haunt you. You have to be right around 80%, 78, 80% at the free throw line each and every game.
And now Sinclair will be called for a foul on the elbow. That'll send Norwalk back to the free throw line, and I'm going to knock on wood here. I don't want any broadcaster jinxes, but they have been perfect to 9 for 9.
I didn't hear you say it, so it doesn't make it true. So no jinx here.
Reeder's going to bail me out. Off the back heel, Reeder's free throw is no good. A 61% free throw shooter this season. It was going to happen anyway, right?
You're right.
Second one does go for Reeder. I should have waited till after the first one. Yeah, right? She's going to make the second one. 30-20, a 10-point lead here for Norwalk. Burt with the basketball at the top of the key, gives it off to the right side to Folsang. That's Zoe Folsang. She's going to drive all the way inside against 2, and now she'll go to the free throw line. She saw a lane off her left side. She's like, I'm going to take the gap here, and we'll go back to the free throw line.
I think they need to do that a little bit more, see if they can be aggressive, get them in foul trouble, and get to the free throw line.
So Zoe Folsang will go back to the free throw line. Her first one is up, and it is good. You know, free throw shooting really is, it's one of those things that everybody kind of has their own routine, right? You get into your routine, you do what you do at the free throw line.
Yeah, everybody has a different way of doing things, and whatever makes you comfortable. And if you can get into that repetition and that routine, you're going to knock them down on a regular basis.
Birmingham with the basketball, drives in, couple of bodies, packed the lane on her. Overhalser's 3 is no good. A rebound to Central DeWitt. Little momentum for the Sabres. Can they keep it going? Waits for the flyby, and the 2 is off the heel. No good. Good look there by Ruggeberg.
And good job of being patient, letting the defense go by. Just could not connect.
Birmingham step back, free throw line. She's short on that one. But Central DeWitt touched it last. They're going to say step back from Birmingham was no good, but Central DeWitt got a hand in there and knocked it out of bounds, so it's going to stay with Norwalk. Overhalser is going to inbound to Pearl Brown. And now what can Norwalk do with a second opportunity? Ball did not hit the rim, so just 12 seconds on the shot clock. And Overhalser comes all the way back out towards half court. Way out of their offense there. It's going to be Birmingham with 4, and it's short. No good, but another offensive rebound for Norwalk. They have been all over the offensive glass. Now a third opportunity for the Warriors.
That's just a pure hustle play by Reeder.
And a timeout for head coach Joe Siegrist. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Of course, Coach Siegrist in his 15th year as a girls basketball coach, his 3rd year here at Norwalk. He's brought them to 2 state tournaments, of course, led Valley for so long to a couple of state championships. Both these two coaches, Ron O'Brien in his 4th year at Central DeWitt, he's coached 9 years and has won a ton of games. 2 really good coaches.
Very good coaches. I think we see it year in and year out that the great coaches we have here in the state of Iowa that help develop these young players, teach them the fundamentals, and teach them how to win and how to get to the state tournament, teach that tradition that has been instilled in their programs.
Both of these 2 teams were conference champions this year. It was an outright conference championship this time around for Central DeWitt as they won the Mississippi Athletic Conference. They shared it with Pleasant Valley a year ago, but won it outright 18-0 in conference this year. And, of course, the share and the Little Hawk guy with Norwalk and Dallas Center Grimes. Birmingham from the logo inside the three-point arc there. 5 on the shot clock once again. Inside the free throw line, smooth shot there from Birmingham.
And again, just reading the defense, pulling up at that mid-range game, knocking it down.
1:20 to play here in this 3rd quarter. 3-ball Sinclair buries a 3, the sophomore. Sinclair just 2 for 9 from three-point land this year. She hits a big one in the state tournament.
Well, you have to have the courage to be able to step up and make a big shot at a big time, and her team needed some points. They didn't come out and guard her, so she let it fly.
And to have the confidence in that situation to knock down that shot. Birmingham inside, she spun. She had 3 bodies on her. We got bodies on the floor now. Brown gets it back to Birmingham. Ball out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by Central DeWitt. 13 on the shot clock, 51 on the game clock here in this 3rd quarter.
Peroni's getting the assignment on Birmingham. Now they're switching out. There's a little bit of a mismatch. They're going to double team her.
And the back cut inside. The floater is up and it is good. That was to perfection. Pearl Brown the assist. Birmingham the 2.
It was to perfection, and I think defensively they screened one another, and that allowed Birmingham to get that open on the back cut. I think the double team kind of double-crossed them.
And then Norwalk, a good defensive play to stop a run-out opportunity for Central DeWitt. They'll have a chance to set it up. 10-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Inside, they'll go back to Sinclair, who just knocked down a big 3 a moment ago. Sinclair looking for 2 more. It is good this time. Jalen Sinclair averages 5.5 per game. She's up to 10 points in this game for Central DeWitt.
Really good assist by Fulsang, too, as she drove in, drew the defense, made a quick pass inside.
Sometimes that's what takes it in the state tournament with a second. Can they get a shot away? They do. It's good if it goes. It is no good. Not sure they were going to get a shot up there. They did get a last second put up by McKenna Reeder, but it did not go. We head to the 4th. We've got a basketball game. 34-26, 8 minutes to go. We'll come back to Des Moines. This is the IGHSAU Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Well, the final 8 minutes is upon us here at the Casey Center in Des Moines. Norwalk with a lead of 34-26. Central DeWitt makes a little bit of a run there at the end of the quarter, and they start with the basketball, Laura.
An opportunity to get some more points on the board. They started the third quarter with the basketball, set up a nice play, scored right at the beginning on their first possession.
And now Central DeWitt a chance to cut further into the deficit. Going back to Sinclair, who's had herself a game, but this time it's blocked by Birmingham. She stepped out of bounds. It'll stay with Norwalk. That's sometimes what you need in the state tournament, is somebody that to step up in a spot where you haven't seen it as much this year.
Yeah, and Sinclair has done that for Central DeWitt. She has certainly had a nice third quarter and provided some points for them.
That one doesn't go. He's going to fight for a rebound. Bodies on the floor. And it will go back to Norwalk, of course, with Central DeWitt just getting it to start this quarter.
Well, and you know who's stepped up for Norwalk is Pearl Brown. She has been all over the court defensively. Just blocked a shot down there. She's going to the offensive glass. Knocked down some shots here in this ball game. She's kind of been that X factor that everybody pays attention to Birmingham. There makes a nice assist. Sees the floor very well. Good diagonal pass and good cut.
And Rader finds the two. Rader up to 3 points now, about half of her season average. Sinclair will drive this time and hand it off just a bit short on the up by Peroni. 36-26, 10-point lead for Norwalk. Birmingham drives inside. Oh, she took a knee to the face there, of course, accidentally as she was going down. And tough catch. She bounces back up pretty quickly there. Did not look like she just got a knee to the face.
No, and that's when you kind of shake your head a little bit and go, let's keep playing.
Yeah. Backyard ball.
Yeah.
Overhalser has it. Second year with the team here from Norwalk. Transferred, moved up from Texas before last year. And now in her second season with the Norwalk Warriors. Fight for a loose ball and a run-out opportunity. Here come the Sabres. And a foul is called. They're going to stay on the floor. As Peroni will go to the free throw line, but good heads-up play there by Putman as she was able to get that basketball up the floor to Peroni.
Yeah, lead your teammate and get her out in front, and the one hustling back for Norwalk, Pearl Brown, stops that easy layup.
She needed about a second more to try to go up into that shooting motion to get to the free throw line, and now a turnover as a trap is on. Can they get the steal? They will not. Norwalk will keep it, and a little jumping two, no good, but the offensive rebound also doesn't go. That was halfway down, came back out. Another offensive rebound, and a timeout taken by Norwalk. It'll be a full timeout. The offensive rebounds continue to pile up for the Norwalk Warriors. We'll come back, 6:03 to play here in the fourth, 36-26. This is the IGHSAU State Basketball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back inside the Casey Center here in downtown Des Moines. There's a look inside the Central DeWitt huddle. 10-point deficit, but we still have 6 minutes to play in this basketball game.
And they can make some adjustments here defensively and see if they can get some stops, get some turnovers. and they can't give up those second chance opportunities. You cannot give Norwalk a lot of opportunities on offense because eventually they will score, and Norwalk has 13 offensive rebounds, and so you've got to be able to keep them off the boards here the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, to your point, Norwalk out-rebounding Central DeWitt 31-20.
That's a huge gap. That is a big gap. You got to try to make up that difference.
34 on the shot clock on the inbounds because that ball had hit the rim right before it was rebounded in a tough position when the timeout came. Birmingham for two, misses it. Rebound is a foul against Norwalk. There they go. Central DeWitt gets a defensive board, and then they get the foul as well.
So I think you need to be aggressive here on offense and see if you can get the ball inside, maybe get some traditional three-point plays and start getting a little momentum and chipping into this lead.
Looking for a spark on offense is the Sabres of Central DeWitt. They'll get into the hands of their offensive star, Ava Putman. Sinclair, who has had a fantastic game today. Putman, turnaround two goes. Good to see her get going. Shoots nearly 50% from the floor this season when she gets an opportunity. Now some nuisance pressure here by Central DeWitt. Just trying to waste a little bit of your opponent's shot clock. Birmingham with the basketball. Pearl Brown had that 4-point play earlier. Had it for a moment. Seen Pearl Brown at the start of a lot of the offenses when it's not Birmingham. There's the two by Birmingham, and she's just patient with it. Knocks it down from the free throw line.
And Sinclair right there, palms to the sky. I thought I was there, thought I had some good defense, but that mid-range jumper, she is so good at that.
Sinclair from the short corner now brings it back out, gets the pump fake. Burt does. Bonnie's on the floor. 16 to shoot for Burt. Norwalk crowd trying to get into it defensively. There's the turnaround two. Can't go. Sinclair right in the middle of it again. This time on the boards, and a foul is called on Norwalk.
Crashing from the baseline to get that rebound and get the tie up and keep the ball in your possession.
Sinclair now at her season average of rebounds, over her season average of points, and she goes right back to the free throw line. Averages 4 rebounds per game. She's at that now with her 4th rebound. Again, we talked about her points, and now she gets a chance from the free throw line, trying to help break the spell of the day so far. It's been the free throw shooting of Central DeWitt. She makes the first one.
Concentrate a little bit harder if there's almost 4 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Sinclair's second free throw goes. Sinclair a 50% free throw shooter, but she makes both of them. Back to an 8-point game and more pressure. Oh, that's going to be a foul. Birmingham is just so quick and so tough to guard. A foul will come in against Burt. That'll be her 3rd. That's something to keep an eye on now, but 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You're probably okay as a coach with 3 fouls, right?
Oh, yeah. Keep her in there. You need her in there. And even if she gets foul number 4, I think you got to keep her in there.
At this point, yeah. Another foul is called. This time, though, is not on Burt. It will go on Putman. That is the 3rd team foul, so 2 away from the bonus is Norwalk. And again, Norwalk is an incredible free throw shooting team. And Sinclair takes it away, and a foul is called. Sinclair had a run out with Burt and Zoe Fulsang, but will go to the free throw line nonetheless. So either have a run out there or foul send to the free throw line.
Right. And they're in the bonus now for the rest of the ball game. So maybe a little bit of a different strategy of how you want to attack on offense for Central DeWitt.
We've talked about the free throw shooting for Central DeWitt, but here in the clutch, they're making them count here at the end of this middle portion, I should say, of the 4th quarter. Oh, that one was halfway down and bounced down. Braylon Birmingham brings the ball across the line. Now she's trapped. That's a tough place to be. Able to get out of it, gets the basketball back. 3:53 to play in the ball game. And a 7-point lead for Norwalk. Birmingham inside the lane. Pearl Brown will bring it back out, and Norwalk content to throw it around the yard a little bit. Brown will take a little jumper that's no good. Looking for a good shot. They get a good shot, doesn't quite go, but in no rush for Norwalk there. There's a 3 by Central DeWitt. They are in a rush, and Sinclair comes in again, grabs the rebound, and a foul on Pearl Brown. Coach Segerist wants a jump ball. He's asking for it. The officials will come together, and it's going to be a foul against Norwalk.
You know, I can see the argument for the jump ball, but Sinclair again crashing the boards, is able to get there with the one hand and kind of curl her arm around it. Pearl Brown reaches in, so I can see where they have the argument. But Sinclair stepping to the line, couldn't knock down that free throw.
First free throw no good for Sinclair. She'll get one more opportunity here. Again, in the bonus for the remainder of the game is Central DeWitt. She misses both of them. And then a foul is called against the Sabres, and now we've got a bonus for Norwalk. So both teams in the bonus. We're going to have to walk. I don't think the referees have figured it out yet. We've got to walk to the other end of the court. And we won't have free throws. Pardon me.
I think they were quick on the trigger over there in the press.
Oh, I guess so.
On the scoreboard, and they got that fourth foul up there. So they've got one more before they are in the bonus.
Overhalser will come up, a run out, and a 2-point opportunity is no good. Rebound, and Central DeWitt will run the other way. Central DeWitt has numbers. They're 5-on-4. Pearl Brown was trying to catch up into the play. She took a hard hit coming down. Central DeWitt did not take advantage of the 5-on-4, but they splashed one home with Peroni.
Boy, that's the bucket that they needed right there to put a little pressure on getting the ball up the floor, and then Norwalk going to probably take a little extra time, be patient, be efficient.
Hopefully Pearl Brown is okay. She has been a true warrior today. She's taken a couple of hard hits, and Birmingham gets the 2-point basket to go. Coach Segerist wanted the and one to no avail. Peroni inside, gives it off for the 2, blocked shot by Birmingham, and she has it racing the other way, and now Birmingham is going to be fouled.
Boy, it's getting physical and intense here in the last couple of minutes, but you know for Norwalk who you want the ball in whose hands, and that's Braylon. Bailey's her sister, Braylon Birmingham.
Well, if you ask Norwalk, I think they would be okay with Bailey coming back and having an area too. First free throw is up, and it is good for Birmingham. She knocks it down. Again, as a team, which is incredible. They shoot 75% as a team from the free throw line. It's almost like an automatic 2 points every time they go. And Coach Segerist will take a quick timeout, and just like that, it's back to a 9-point Norwalk lead. 30-second timeout, 42-33. Central DeWitt, time ticking away here, but still have time to make something happen.
Yeah, and they've just got to score quickly, and they don't necessarily need the threes right away, but they need to score quickly and then turn around and get that full court pressure and see if they can get a couple of steals.
From beyond the arc today, just 2 for 10 as a team shooting three-pointers. Neither team has made a whole lot of them. We've only have 6 for both teams.
Yeah, it's been more of an inside the arc type of game here for both of these teams. They're both capable of shooting it from beyond the arc, but the defense is not really allowing that.
You know, and as you mentioned, it is very physical, and that's these girls are fighting for every inch, fighting for every loose ball, doing everything they can. I love to see it.
Yeah, I know, and I think you talked about Pearl Brown and then Braylon Birmingham, both of them going to the ground the last couple of possessions, and I think you're going to see them with some ice taped around their bodies after this ball game.
That one is up. Brown gets a deflection there. We talked about Brown a moment ago, and now we've got a reach-in foul against Central DeWitt. going back onto that point, I've interviewed a lot of girls basketball players in my day, and sometimes after games like this, they say it kind of feels like we just got done playing a volleyball game where you're a defensive specialist diving all over the floor all game long, and not always feel like that after a basketball game, but sometimes games like this, you wake up and you're like, did I just play volleyball last night?
Right. Wait, where'd that ache and pain come from? I don't remember that.
Birmingham will knock down the first free throw for Norwalk as they continue their free throw shooting just like that. Birmingham up to 23 points, 2 rebounds shy of a double-double. 23 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists for the shining sophomore. She'll make them both here to get her to 24 points. Of course, has a couple of D1 offers already as a sophomore, which we've seen more and more of these days. There's a 3 on the way, and that misses everything. Quick trigger by Burt. Could not get it to go.
And you don't need it that quickly. I think you could get inside, maybe get a little bit higher percentage shot. You need points right away, and yes, you need to score quickly, but you can find higher percentage shots than that.
Birmingham has it. Coach Segrist, of course, has been in a lot of these situations before, quickly telling his team just to slow down, find a good shot, take some time. There's 17 seconds on the shot clock. Don't need to rush anything. It'll be Brown who will try for a 3. Her shot is no good. Birmingham, the rebound, her 9th of the game. A 9th rebound for Birmingham, and she's got 26 points.
Out of nowhere, she just slid along the baseline and pulled that offensive rebound.
Now 1 rebound shy of a double-double with 1:20 to play in the ballgame. We've got a foul whistled. And the referee... Kind of fun. The 3 referees, of course, they get to know each other really well. Kind of laughing about that one as the whistle didn't fully blow. The players have fun. The fans have fun. The officials got to have fun, too.
Absolutely. It's just a fun environment. And, yes, it's high stakes because you're playing for a state title, but there is a lot of fun that goes along with it.
Putman gets the first free throw to go, a 67% free throw shooter this year. And she'll get one more opportunity to try to cut into this lead by Norwalk. And she'll make them both. It's the second time we've seen 2 free throws fall in a row for Central DeWitt. 11-point game. And I guess when do you start fouling? I guess you're already going for steals. You're probably going to get fouls at some point in there as well. 1:07 to play, back to the free throw line for Norwalk. The one that cannot commit any fouls is Burt. She's got 4. Everybody else is okay to get in there and try to force Norwalk to the free throw line. Brown's first free throw is up and it is good. She is a 53% free throw shooter, but the senior comes in clutch and makes the first one. And she makes them both. A senior stepping up at a big time.
And they have done it all game long from the charity stripe. When they have been there, they've taken advantage of it.
Central DeWitt looking to try to get a shot up here with 50 seconds to play in the ball game. And Sabres still searching for that open look. The defense is locked down right now for Norwalk. It'll be Burt to try for 2. Her shot is no good. The rebound will go to Birmingham. That should be her 10th to give her a double-double. It is credited to Birmingham. The 2 goes up, and it is good by Ava Carlson, who gets into the mix. Carlson's first points of the game. She gets into the mix. Timeout on the floor for some substitutions for Norwalk. A double-double for the young sophomore Braylon Birmingham, and hugs all around for the Warriors.
It was a battle, and Norwalk had to fight to get this victory, had to hold off a Central DeWitt team that tried to rally multiple times, got back in it, and were going to challenge a little bit, and then Norwalk was able to get some separation, pull away.
50-35, our current score. And, the current score and the outcome of this score not going to be a reflection on the game we had. Central DeWitt was right there. Won't be as close of a score as it was a year ago. Just a 2-point win for Norwalk over Central DeWitt, 56-54, the final score a year ago. But same type of a game. It was a hard-nosed, rough and tough kind of a game. But for a second straight year, Norwalk appears like they're going to come out on top.
Well, they rallied when they needed to, and they got some good, solid play down the stretch. They were able to handle the pressure late and get to the free throw line.
Putman knocks down a 2 for Central DeWitt. She's now in double figures at 10. It'll be dribbled out, and that will be it. Norwalk is back into the state semifinals in back-to-back years with both wins over the Sabres of Central DeWitt, and are one game away from returning to a state championship game, which they have not been to since 2006 when they beat Ballard for the 2006 Class 3A title.
Well, and a lot of the team, I'd say it was a total team effort by Norwalk. They just had a lot of different parts that contributed in different ways. And, Birmingham was the leading scorer, but, boy, she had some nice complimentary teammates playing alongside of her.
Let's go downstairs for the awards presentation.
Each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Executive Director Aaron Gerlich and Basketball Administrator Tanya Moe. Congratulations to head coach Ron O'Brien and the Sabres of Central DeWitt on an outstanding basketball season. Now we'd like to recognize today's Quick Star star of the game, Braylon Birmingham. Her outstanding performance earns her the honor of advancing her team on the bracket to the 4A semifinal round. Thanks to Quick Star for their support of the IGHSAU.
Oh, Laura, we get the rubber match between Norwalk and Dallas Center Grimes. What a fun game that's going to be on Thursday.
That's going to be a good one, and that you're going to see some offense, you're going to see some defense. I think it's going to be a struggle maybe to get some points on the board. I think both of these teams are going to go after one another, familiar foes, and it's going to be interesting to see who gets the rubber match game.
Both teams won at each other's place this year in conference play. Norwalk wins at Dallas Center Grimes. Dallas Center Grimes wins at Norwalk. Not something you always see, but the most important one will be here in the KC Center on Thursday at 5 o'clock. Well, Laura, any final thoughts on this one? It was a fun one.
It was a fun one, and I think, again, as we talked about, 4A is a great class, and it's going to be fun to watch how this tournament plays out.
The top-seeded Bishop Heelan Crusaders come next against North Polk. For our entire team here in Des Moines, Aaron Bandy was our director, our camera operator, Sam Nord. She's Laura Leonard. I'm Zaron Egestel saying see you later from the KC Center.